Welcome back. This year, the Jewish Women's Foundation celebrates its 25th anniversary. The organization helps enrich the lives of women of all ages through programming and cultural events.
And today they are hosting one of those programs. It's called Women Lighting the Way. To tell us more about it, we're joined by Mara Moss from the Jewish Women's Foundation and author Simone Kanigo, who will be participating in Women Lighting the Way. We're so glad to have you both. First of all, give us an overall all-encompassing idea of what the event's all about.
Well, thank you so much for having both of us. We appreciate it. So the Jewish Women's Foundation of Metropolitan Detroit, we're a grant-making agency, and our mission is to expand opportunities for Jewish women, girls, and their families. And once a year, we have an event called Women Lighting the Way, and we bring a woman who has made an impact on her community and the greater community to be our keynote speaker. And this year we're very fortunate to have Simone as our speaker.
All right, Simone, so tell us a little bit about yourself and the inspiration for writing this book.
Again, thanks for having us here today. So I am first and foremost a mom of 6. I've been married to my husband for 30 years. I'm a speaker, author, and podcast host with my daughter Olivia. We have a podcast. She's 20 years old and it's so fun. My inspiration for writing the book was I started doing some speaking, and I was at an event one day and a woman came up to me and said, I was so inspired by your story. I'd love to be able to share it with my family. Have you written a book? And my first response was, I'm not a writer, limiting myself. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why shouldn't I write a book? I have great stories. I love storytelling, and so that's what I did. I decided to write a book, and I shared a lot of personal things about my family, and I think it turned out really good.
I love this. You know, somebody came up to you, said something, and you took it and ran. A lot of times when people come up to me, they're saying things that, you know, I can't do anything with. It's very unflattering. So I'm glad somebody actually gave you some good advice and you took it.
And you kind of took it and used it as inspiration. So obviously you can't share all the details, right, of your keynote, but give us a little bit of an idea of what folks can expect to hear.
So I do talk about my Jewish journey in adopting our 3 youngest children, my husband's conversion to Judaism after 20 years of marriage, and I also talk about the importance of believing in ourselves, that I think many of us, especially women, struggle with self-doubt, and my focus is to help women realize that we need to really focus on ourselves and understand what we're capable of.
You know, you also talk about making a change and creating good habits. How do people go around creating good habits?
So it's funny, 10 years ago I would have told you, like, I would never have thought that this idea would be rational in my mind, but I do something called mirror moments, where I stand in front of the mirror every morning and I say 5 positive things to myself. And what that does, there's actually research that shows that 5 positive things will erase the 1 negative that you may have said to yourself moments before. And that's what it takes. And it really gets my day started in a way that I start with a positive mindset, and I feel like I can conquer the world.
That high 5 habit,
Yes.
Mel Robbins,
Yes.
right? Okay, we've heard about that before. It's a great idea. So Mara, tell folks a little bit more about what it takes to put something like this together and what you're hoping women get out of coming to this event.
Well, we have chairs and co-chairs. We're a small organization, the Jewish Women's Foundation. We have about 150 trustees, and there's about 130 women coming to lunch today. And we're honored to have a great speaker come in and enlighten us and inspire us a little bit right now, and we're very fortunate.
Let's talk about the lunch. Are there still tickets available, or is this a sold-out event already?
No, unfortunately, there are not.
Okay, well, we don't have to push that then. All right.
Well, you've got a packed house.
We've got a packed house. It's going to be a great day. We've got a great speaker, and looking for a little inspiration, and I think it'll be fantastic.
All right, so Simone, I want to talk to you about, in the book, you talk about everyday actions. Small actions can make big changes. Expand on that a little bit.
So I believe that we have a choice every morning when we wake up. We can choose to be miserable, or we can choose to be happy. And when we choose to be happy and we go through the world and see other people and acknowledge other people, so whether it's saying hello or just being kind to someone, like, we have that choice as well. And a lot of times people don't choose that. And I think it's so important that we acknowledge the people around us and really spend time. We never know what anybody else is going through. We can never walk in their shoes. But when we lead with kindness and compassion, we can really make a difference in someone else's day.
Yeah, I want to know how you navigate life with 6 children. That's why I think I need to, like, sneak into the lunching and just listen for that.
It's got to be tough. She's up you by 2.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
So you have goals. So Mara, are there any upcoming programs other than this, or how can people get involved in your organization?
Well, we have a website called jwfdetroit.org. and we talk about the different grants that we do. And our next grant cycle begins in January. We do one grant cycle a year. It opens in January of 2024. And if you go to jwfdetroit.org, you can find my information and contact me as well.
All right, so nice. And Simone, one other thing, if somebody comes up to me one day and says, I should write a book, how do I get started? What was your first step on that journey?
I said to my husband, hey, I think I'm going to write a book. And he said, you're an accountant. I can't wait to read it. Honestly, it's writing the outline, really thinking of the stories and knowing that your stories will impact other people.
Well, such a great story you have. From meeting somebody on the street to becoming an author, keynote speaker. It's going to be a great event today. Simone, Mara, thanks a lot for coming in this morning.
We appreciate you both. We feel inspired, so
Thank
it's
you
going to
so
be
much for having
a
us here
great
today.
keynote. Thank you.